It seems nearly everyone agrees Oregon's public schools are in trouble. From parents,
Oregon students aren't being served to the level that they need and deserve,
to teachers' unions,
students just keep showing up with needs that are so unmet.
even the governor.
The way we fund K-12 education hasn't really changed in 30 years.
Here's how it all works. Most of the money flowing to districts comes from something called the State School Fund, which draws on income taxes, corporate taxes, and the state lottery.
The state school fund is potentially somewhat volatile, which can be a problem.
And why some municipalities have local levies too. In Portland Public Schools, Oregon's biggest school district, taxpayers generate an additional $100 million every year. And state funding all adds up to more than $12 billion over 2 years.
At the end of the day, the legislature did have the resources to be able to put a record amount of money into the state school fund.
A record amount, school advocates say, isn't enough.
but when you don't have fully funded schools, it's nearly impossible to get to a point where all kids get what they need to succeed.
So how is funding calculated? Well, Oregon uses a formula. The state allocates money for each student, plus an additional amount for kids enrolled in more expensive programs, like special education. That plays a big impact for districts like Salem-Keizer, which gets more than $100 million more from the state than Portland Public. Oregon also calculates the cost of maintaining services for schools every 2 years. That's called the current service level, but there's debate whether it's accurate.
That's something that is unclear, to be honest.
The evidence shows that we need predictability and sustainability if we're going to have high quality outcomes for our students.
And last November, during a near month-long Portland teacher strike, educators and district officials didn't agree on much. But there is consensus schools need more money.
Portland communities won't settle for less than great public schools for all.
I hope every single one of them who asked me to give teachers everything they were asking for, I hope they focus that same level of energy on Salem.
Soon after, other districts made similar calls on the Capitol.
Oregon's funding formula is collapsing under the weight of the real costs of paying our staff what they deserve and providing the schools our students and community needs.
And for years, the Quality Education Commission, a volunteer group, has backed that up, saying Oregon schools need $13.5 billion to give all students a quality education.
It's a situation where we need to put everything on the table.
Without the funding, teachers say they're dealing with larger class sizes and spending their own money on things like pencils and calculators.
I'm counting on our legislators to really find that money because I think that money is there.
Though legislators say it's not a simple fix.
To find a new revenue source, though, is difficult.
So we have a lot of work ahead of us in the 2025 session.
In Portland, Thomas Schults, KGW News.